For people were heaping up gifts for the temple and then for the Levites. They were so excited to give. May we always be such cheerful givers. What stood out to me was that there was someone who was appointed to portion out from the contributions what was reserved for the Lord. We've looked before at how the sacrifices were for themselves at times. They made the offering and they got back meat. A portion fed the priests and a portion fed their family. God's not out to take from us. His desire is to bless us with abundance. He doesn't need our things or our money. He asks us to give because we need to. It's not for him, it's for us. He's not selfish. He's always thinking of us. And not just us, but he can use us to be a vessel of his blessing and provision for others. But this case was different from that. These gifts were going to be just for the Lord. They were going to store up the treasures the people had brought to the Lord. It wasn't going to come back to them. It wasn't going to the Levites. It was going to be the Lord's only. What can we offer that would be the Lord's only? It's hard to imagine because everything comes back in a blessing to us. But aside from the general principle of sowing and reaping the good thing we sowed, let's think about what we offer that goes only to the Lord. Our worship and adoration is one thing, spending time in prayer, not asking for things, thinking of ourselves, but spending time thinking on Him and His goodness and His perfection and His grandeur, acknowledging His reign over all the earth, over your life, submitting to His Lordship and honoring Him with your reverence are ways to give a contribution just for the Lord. When we give, getting nothing in return, it's a contribution just for the Lord. When we serve or help someone who can never repay us, we're making a contribution just for the Lord. When we're reading His Word and seeking Him for what He wants from us instead of seeking what we want for us, we're making a contribution just for the Lord. When we turn away from all other loves and devote our hearts to the Lord, we're making a contribution just for the Lord. Give your whole self to the Lord. Surrender. Be His, all His.